Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a full demo, first impressions, and review on the new Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation Broad Spectrum Sunscreen SPF 25. So it's technically a medium coverage that is buildable from sheer to medium coverage. It's for all skin types, sensitive, normal, dry, oily combo, and it's a natural finish. The SPF 25 is the first to market non-flashback SPF, like guaranteed. It comes in 28 or 29 shades, so there's tons of variety. It's clinically tested for 24 hours of long wear, and it contains this encapsulated SPF in the pigment, which is what prevents flashback, ashiness, and a gray undertone, which sometimes SPF products can carry in coverage. It has this patented infinity milling process, which produces superfine pigments that result in the most natural looking self-setting finish, which is pretty cool. We'll see how it actually works though. It has snow mushroom, which is basically like a natural hyaluronic acid, and it also has blue daisy extract, which helps diminish the complexion dulling effects of pollution. It does come with its own brush specifically for the foundation. I didn't pick it up because I just don't like using brushes for my foundations. I'm a beauty blender girl, but I am going to use the beauty blender on one half and a different brush on another half. On another half, I just have two halves just to see what the coverage really is between the two. But this is what the foundation looks like. It's a little like pod, super portable. You get 1.8 fluid ounces, so it's not like you're getting less foundation even though the packaging is so small. It's just a lot more convenient. It feels luxury, but it's a lot more durable than a glass bottle. I got mine in the shade medium Y320. Okay, so I have my damp beauty blender and I'm just gonna squeeze some of this out. It just looks like a normal average foundation, and then I'm just gonna place this around this half of the face. I used about maybe a pea size or a little bit less than a pea size, and then we just blend it out. Okay, so this is what this half of the face with foundation looks like. This is no foundation, just immediate reaction. It feels really nice on the skin. It has like completely set into the skin. My only concern is that it appears to be grabbing onto some dry patches, which is no bueno. I have pretty normal to combo skin. I do have an oilier T-zone, but sometimes I have dry patches around my face, and I feel like this is almost latching onto some of these said dry patches. Interesting. Just to add a little extra hydration to my face, I'm taking my Tarte Luminous Dewy Skin Mist and just spritzing it all over my face, and then I'm gonna go in with another layer, so hopefully this helps. It also online does say that this is an oil-free foundation, just so you guys know. Second layer, so much better. If you have like normal combo kind of skin, 1000% you're gonna want to wear a hydrating primer and just like good skincare, because now that I've really doused myself in the Luminous Dewy Spray, it just looks like my skin but better. You can still see some of the natural redness that I have on my cheeks on this side, and then a couple little random pigmentations and marks and whatnot, but this feels super, super lightweight. And actually, now that I'm looking closer, it is already settling into some of my lines, so now I'm a little, actually in retrospect, confused. I love the way it looks on my cheek. I do not like the way it looks around my nose. It's already caking. Also on my nose here, I have a little bit of dryness, like dry patches, and it's kind of emphasizing them. I'm taking this Kat Von D number 10 foundation brush. I actually really love this as a foundation brush, and I'm going to apply it on this side of my face to see whether it does apply better with a brush or not. So what I'm gonna do is just pump a little bit on. Let's start with that much. Same amount as this side when I initially started it, and then work from the inside out. Inside out, I mean center of the face outwards. So for me, the center of my face is where I have the most of my redness, pigmentation, uneven skin tone. The brush, I feel like it's more patchy and streakier in certain areas as opposed to the Beauty Blender side. Maybe it does give you more coverage in certain areas. I also feel like the brush side around my nose and on my nose is kind of, the foundation is like settling into my pores, or like emphasizing my pores a little bit more than this side. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm super bummed out. Just my initial thing with this foundation, the way it's sitting on my skin right now. So I'm using about the same amount. The other thing that's happening now is the more I'm trying to build up the coverage and even it out, obviously the more product I'm using. So now it's coming to the point where I feel like I'm using a lot of product. I might even just spray a little bit of the Tatcha down the center. Ate it, not a good feeling. And just press that into the skin. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see on camera, but it's really not looking good on my nose. It's just separating. Well, I guess I'll add a little bit more and try to build up that coverage on my nose. I'm literally squeezing out the tiniest little bit because I don't want to look super cakey, and that's also not the point of this foundation, so I'm really trying to work with it here. I'm not gonna fuss with it too much more. I am going to finish the rest of my makeup and I will be back. And we're back. I'm here with all of my makeup on now. I gotta say, although I was super apprehensive when I was first applying it, the rest of my makeup went on so smoothly, and I'm sure that has to do with the fact that all the other products that I use, I love, they work well as well. The nose coverage was, I think, something that bothered me like the most, but my concealer over my nose added the perfect amount of coverage. I did not need to go overboard with concealer or powder. Like, I didn't need to overcompensate with coverage anywhere. So I am going to leave this on for the rest of the day, and I will be back for a check-in. BRB, guys. And we're back with the final check-in. It has been about 9 hours that I've had this foundation on for. I am so ready to rip my lashes off, gently rip that is, and get this makeup off my face. So let's talk about what is going on my face. On camera, it looks great. Lighting, I will tell you guys right now, always makes a difference. You can really have a beautiful like Instagram filter effect with lighting. In person though, couple issues that I was hoping I wouldn't run into, but I did. Creasing and separating, two biggest issues. My cheeks look so, even if there is any kind of like markage, it's just from me like itching my face here and there. Creasing around the nose is definitely there. I have several foundations that don't crease as much as this does. It is settled into my forehead lines, and then around my mouth here and here, and a little bit here, there's separation. Now, for me on my mouth, and you can actually kind of see it, I think. Look, do you see how there's like a shadow almost here and here? And then there's a little line here. That's actually separation of makeup. I do have like darker pigmentation around my mouth, but because this is separating over that area, I feel like it's emphasizing the darkness of pigmentation. It also has worn off on my chin. It is slightly creasing into my laugh lines as well, which is where I have issues always, but that's the thing with first impressions, is that I will continue to play around with it and kind of mix and match this with other products, because sometimes that's just how it works. Different makeup pieces work better with different items below and on top of them, and you just have to play around. It's a pain sometimes, but that's what I'm here for, because I actually love doing that stuff. So I will get back to you guys if I do discover any kind of key. I'm not head over heels over this foundation, but it's also not the worst foundation that I've put to the test. I feel like if you're spending a decent amount of money on something, it should last you a day, you know, like a full day. On that note, this is the end of the video. If you have tried this foundation, please leave a comment down below for me. I'm curious to see if anybody has had a similar result with this foundation, or if you have a solution for me that would prevent what happened here. Please leave that in the comments down below, because I would love to try it out. But until my next video, thank you guys as always so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye!